Evening, chaps. Hope you're well. Welcome back to All-Star action. Currently at the halfway stage in the season. Have a quick look at the fixtures. So we've got Aborigines, Vanuatu, Blitz Unicorns, Bushrats AFC, Hobart Warriors, Rapa Nui Townsville, Tutavua Vikings, and Wanganui vs Dragons. As you can see, AFC currently managerless. Awkward situation whereby Rocks keeps losing his job on match day, and you can't add a new manager on a game day. So Duggan tried 3 times, processed the transfers 3 times, but no can do. So AFC will be managed by AI tonight, unfortunately for Rocks, and somewhat fortunately for Tato. Quick look where we stand at the halfway point. Warriors and Wanganui level on 28 points at the top. Rapa Nui closely following behind on 26, and the top 6 made up of Blitz, Bushrats and Vanuatu all on 19, and then plenty of teams chasing them down, including Dragons and Tutavua on 18, just a point back. So we will start with Jens, as he's the other side of the world. Change in tactic for Jens as the Vikings revert to a 2-4-3-1. Cole, Aymar and Jax in support of Cezalko. Jax in for his debut, as well as a Gat who has come in for David Beckham. And so, can someone just give me a thumbs up that the sound is all good? Occasional problems, mainly me forgetting just to add myself to the stage on StreamYard. That would be handy. Magic, thank you. And then across at time wasters, we've got a number of players absent: Campbell, Decor, Cabello and Chapera. They line up like this. Very familiar lineup and players, and pretty sure they are on a decent run of form, apart from the hiding they took from Blitz where they had a man sent off. So first game of the night, Vikings away at Tutavua. Good luck to both managers, all 3 managers. Last game for Agahawa. I assume he's on his way to you then, Daz, is that right? Not sure I've seen that transfer. Chance for Max in there, but couldn't convert. Toldo makes a good double save. That's Tutavua pushing down at the other end. Cezalko involved again. Approaching half time, still 0-0. Cezalko with another chance, but it goes wide. And we get to half time, Tutavua 0, Vikings 0. 6 attempts for the home side, 4 on target, just a 2 for Vikings. Felt a little bit more came the way of the Vikings than the stats suggest. 6s and 7s throughout the team for the Vikings. No real fitness concerns. Wouldn't expect Jens to do anything just yet. Evening, Liam. Hope you are well. Over at Tutavua, decent performances in there. Desai, West and Holland all playing well. Said as well. Probably wouldn't expect any changes from either manager just yet, but we will wait and see. Jens is going to go as is, so just see if Liam wants to do anything. And both managers are going to roll. We'll go to 60. Plenty of text in the early stage of this second half. Ortega's been decent for Tutavua in the recent games and looking to get himself involved again tonight. Desai puts it just over, linking up well with Saviola. Carlos Jax with a shot was saved and corner to the Vikings. We get to 60 minutes. Quick look at the stats. 10 attempts now for Tutavua, 5 on target, just a 3-4 Vikings. So over to them first. Charlie Chaos on an 8. Toldo as well, having a decent game. Again, no real issues with fitness, but there's some 6s in there. Jax, John Terry, and Juliana. A Gat on the right hand side as well. Over at Tutavua, similar ratings, similar players, continuing to do well. Saeed is into the book, but some decent performances from Matty Holland, Desai, and Saeed in the midfield. Just give the managers an opportunity to make any changes. We're going to see Tomadera from the bench for Carlos Jax in that. No, let me just scrap that. Carlos Jax for Madeira comes on at AMC, as he has done a few times this season. Over at Time Wasters, just see if Liam wants to make any changes. Michael Owen potentially for Agahawa is a change they've made in recent weeks. It's going to be Agahawa for Lumberg and Ortega to swap like that, you mean? And then Owen for Van Nistelrooy. So Ortega moves central, Lundberg out onto the right hand side, and Owen up front alongside Saviola. Evening, Rob, who's just joined us. We'll play this one through to a conclusion. Perfect magic. Is there any goals in this opening game? 20 minutes to go. And it is Maxim Cezalko for the Vikings, but straight down the other end. Within 4 minutes, Saviola has levelled 4-2 to Villa. This game's coming to life in the last 20 minutes. And it is Ortega in that more central role, gets his 5th goal of the season in what could be a crucial winning goal. Got a last minute injury to Taribo West. It's going to be Hakam Mill that comes on. And I assume Desai or Saeed will swap with him, but I'll just wait and see which one Liam wants to switch back. Evening Hodgie. Hodgie's strikeless experiment comes to an end tonight. Short-lived, probably for the best. Desai is going to drop into centre-back, having a fantastic game on a 10. Can they see this through? Overmars with a chance for a third, but Tutavua do get over the line. 2-1 goals from Saviola and Ortega. Cezalco in response, 15 attempts from Tutavua, really good performance from them. Just 5 attempts from the Vikings. Assist coming from Aymar, I think that puts him up to 7 now. Having a fantastic season. And Dai did okay, as did Charlie Chaos, as expected. Toldo in goal as well, but unfortunately couldn't stop Tutavua. Saeed with a 9, Taribo West with a 9. Desai dropped down to a 7. I'm sure he was on a 10. Maybe it was West on a 10. Not sure. Anyway, great performance from them and a well-deserved 3 points. Next, we will go to Daz as requested, who plays Steve Vanuatu. I'm not sure if he is here. This is how Daz lines up Beckham in on the right-hand side for a debut, as well as Roy Mackay at AMC. Did you want to go early, Duggan? Is that what you're suggesting? I've not seen anything. Is it because your game would have been next? That's probably it. Anyway, apologies, but I did say Daz could go next. So Steve is like this. Okay. All good. I think it was just Lusnov in, no, maybe not. It was a roll from Steve, so Brozek continues up front. Van der Vaart doing well in central midfield, 4 goals in 4 games since coming in. So Aborigines Vanuatu. Beckham and Mackay both on the debuts, involved early doors. 25 minutes past, no goals yet. But it felt, and it is Trezeguet, the third debutant who has opened the scoring, signed from Warriors for Rossini, scoring, putting Aborigines 1-0 up, and felt like a pretty decent half for them. With the majority of the chances, yes, 7 attempts, 3 on target, absolutely nothing coming back from Vanuatu. Not sure if Steve is about. I'll have a quick look at his stats and come back to him in a second. Taram on a 5, not having a great game. Ashley Cole, Echeverria and Van der Vaart on 6s as well. Probably expect Steve to try and make something up with that bit first half being so one-sided, if he is here. Over at Aborigines, Serginho from that left-hand side picks up the assist for Trezeguet. Decent performances from Cambiasso and Malewski in midfield as well. Just give Steve a minute to let me know if he's here and wants to do anything. If not, we will carry on. I'm just checking. I've not seen him earlier doors. I'm pretty sure he's not been about yet. Okay, we'll run it to 60. Let's see if Steve turns up. Probably as well as Aborigines have played this season in that first half, to be honest. See if they can continue that. Some good business from Daz with his new players seamlessly fitting into the side and doing well. Mackay and Trezeguet linking up again. Here he is. Steve Wright has come. Just missed half time, Steve. And Trezeguet on his debut has hit his second after Steve was suggesting that it was a poor deal for Daz swapping Rossini for Trezeguet. That has come back to haunt him as Trezeguet has a brace. Approaching 60 now, definitely expecting to see something different from Steve. Created almost nothing. And we get to 60-ish, 8 attempts, 4 on target. Just the one without a shot on target for Vanuatu. Sereni's down on a 5, Taram on a 5, Echeverria on a 5, plenty of 6s in there as well. I'll leave that with you, Steve, to ponder while we go over to Daz. Steve's uncontrollably burping. See if Daz wants to do anything, but I think he'll be pretty pleased with how it's gone. Second assist coming from Novotny from centre back. Feels like there's a lot of ex-Vikings players in there. Serginho, Mackay, Beckham, Amoroso. Malewski is going to come on for looking to avoid a red card, you would think. And then Luca Toni is going to come on for Amoroso. You can have a look again, Steve. We'll drop into you here. Plenty of 5s and 6s in there. Quick check on the condition. No issues at all. 88 the lowest with Van der Vaart. Finanzineto and Constantinu. The options on the bench for Steve. Constantinu for Echeverria. Yeah, makes sense. Swap Rosek. So Constantinu up front. Rosek drops to AMC. See if Aborigines can hold on to this, and based on the dominance of the first 60 minutes, you would think so. 15 minutes to go. Can Vanuatu make any late drama here? Katuso into the book. Couple of quick chances for Vanuatu there, but they couldn't sneak one into the last 5 or 6 minutes. And it looks like Aborigines are going to hold on, and they have. 2-0 Trezeguet's brace. 9 attempts, 4 on target, 5 and 3 from Vanuatu. Were much improved in the last 60, but just couldn't get that goal they needed. Taram has indeed ended on a 5, as did Sereni. Extra beer dragged off on a 5. Not the best day at the office for Steve. Trezeguet picks up man of the match on his debut for that brace. Assists from Serginho and Novotny. And probably one of the best performances of Aborigines season. Are they alive and kicking as we head into the second half of the season? Next up, we've got Hobart versus Warriors. Hobart line up like this. Pretty sure it was an as-is from Dan last time out. I think we have a couple of changes. Maldini comes in for a debut as Okoronkwo has departed. Stam's injured, so Southgate's in. And Totti comes in at AMC and Rossini up front. Hopefully he can have the same impact as Trezeguet. Alan Smith also joins and makes the bench. Hopefully too many signings won't upset things. Hobart versus Warriors. Anderson with a chance for Hobart. 25 minutes in, gone by pretty quickly without any clear-cut chances. Rossini looking to get involved. Roy Keane with a chance and a high check off the bar, I think that was. Rossini with another chance as well. Approaching half-time, just 5 minutes to go. Hobart with a couple of chances there, looking to nick one before the break. Roy Keane into the book. Ronaldinho looking lively. Andre lets it one free, but it's been cleared. And we get to half-time. 0-0, Hobart 0, Warriors 0. Not sure if Dan's about, not seen him in the chat, but I will await any instructions for a minute or so. And he is here, so he's going to play on immediately. 6 attempts, 3 on target for Hobart, just a free 1 on target for Warriors. Andre having a good game, and without wanting to jinx it, has been very, very good this season. I don't think we're going to look to make any changes just yet, so we will roll it as well. Patrick Anderson down on a 5. Michelini doing well, but apart from that, pretty even from both sides. We'll run it to 60 for both. Zidane with the free kick. Totti dribbling past a couple, but straight at Westerveld. Free kick. Hobart comes to nothing, and we're approaching 60-minute changes. And we get to 60, it will go across just about if it's going to stop. And Rossini a chance, Westerveld with a safe corner to Warriors, but we get to 60 minutes. Quick look back at the stats. Nothing from Hobart, just 1 attempt from Warriors in that 15 minutes. Maldini, Southgate, Andre and Zielius all doing well defensively. 6s and 7s for the creative players. Quick look at Dan's for him before we decide on any changes. 6s and 7s throughout. Pretty decent performance without being excellent for Hobart. We are going to take Rossini off for Alan Smith. And that's all we're going to do. Leaving Savage. Just an arrow on Emerson for Dan, pushing another body forward, so we'll play this one through. Hobart 0, Warriors 0, 30 minutes to go. Into the last 20 minutes now. Feels pretty lively end to end, plenty of text. One on the other corner. Warriors down the other end. Alan Smith inches away. Are we going to get any late drama? Another yellow card. Warriors with a last chance. Possibly. Totti on the rebound on his debut. Gets a 90th minute winner for Warriors. Felt pretty frantic in that last 30 minutes without any real clear-cut chances, but very busy. Plenty of text. Warriors came on strong in that last 30 minutes. I don't actually think Hobart had a shot in the second half. I'm pretty sure they were 6 in 3 at half time. Warriors have come on strong after the 60-minute changes. Goal coming from Totti on his debut. So Elias picks up the assist. Pretty decent away performance in there. Defensive players doing well, as they have done most of the season, to be honest. Across at Hobart, Vesterveld did well, quite busy in that last 30 minutes. 6s and 7s for everybody else. Just couldn't quite create enough. And Andre also had a great game. Unlucky to Dan. Very well played. And Warriors march on. Next up, we've got Savage and Duggan. Wanganui versus the Dragons. This is how Duggan lines his Dragons side up. We've got Shevchenko in at AMC alongside back for his debut. Gallardo on the left. Vieira is out, as is Rio Ferdinand. We've also got Ronaldo on the bench. Who else has he brought in? Ferdinand in, but injured for a week. And over at the Wanderers, couple of changes. I think Yeremis is suspended. Addo moves forward, or comes in off the bench, and Donovan. Zanoni comes in for Cuevas. I think that was it. Potentially Donovan for Solskjaer as well. So can Wanganui keep pace with the Warriors? Dragons probably the informed side in the league at the moment. Wanganui concede very, very few goals. Very interesting to see how this one pans out. 25 minutes have gone by without any real clear-cut chances. Feels like it's very much being played in the middle of the pitch, and we get to half-time. Dragons 0, Wanganui 0. And just the 2 attempts from Wanganui, nothing from Dragons, and sides are really struggling to create a lot and break Wanganui down, hence their very impressive defensive record. I think they've conceded about 6 goals all season. 6s and 7s across the board for the Dragons. Got Gallardo down on 84 fitness. Just a 6 touches. Attempted passes, 3 complete for Gallardo on the left. Over at Wanganui, it's similar story, 6s and 7s in a very tight fought game. Both managers have gone as is, so we will run it to 60. I think this has the feel of a solitary goal, potentially claiming it. 6, 7s everywhere. Even Dimble, hope you are well. You'd be pleased to know that Totti got a 90th minute winner on his debut for the Warriors. We get to 60 minutes in this game of very few chances. Long range effort from Cliver, but comes to nothing. Free attempt from Wanganui, still nothing from Dragons. Still really struggling to break down that Wanganui wall of midfielders. Buffon up to an 8, but still 6s and 7s everywhere. Gallardo's dropped down to 78 fitness. over at Wanganui. Montero doing well at the back. Nedved down on 74 fitness. We'll just see what the managers want to do before we run this one through. Duggan in first for the Dragons. Hagen on for McInnes. Stick Shiver up top in a 2. Back central. Arrow. Magic. And over at the Wanderers, Berg out for Solskjaer. Ojanberg has been pretty decent this season. Extend his arrow. Magic done. So, last 30 minutes coming up of Wanganui vs Dragons. .15 minutes gone without a great deal happening. Into the last 10, Donovan with a chance corner. Wanganui have won so many games 1-0 it feels like this season, having restricted their opponents. Dragons get out with a point. Up there with the dullest games of the season. 3 attempts from Wanganui, 2 from Dragons, just the 2 on target in the game. I think despite Duggan's frustrations at not scoring a lot of goals, he will probably be happy to get away from there with a point and move on. 6s and 8s, with the odd 7 in there for Dragons. Across at Wanganui, Addo picks up man of the match. 11 completed tackles out of 12 attempts, plenty of 7-8s as well. And 0-0. And we move to the Bushrats versus AFC. AFC AI tonight. This is the Bushrats with an as-is, having put together some positive performances in the last couple of games. An AFC lineup with a flat back 5, Soroczynski on the left wing, Walker. Oh dear, this could be a landslide, but unfortunately not a great deal we could do about it. So you would say advantage Bushrats. And it's an own goal for Justin Walker, and Bushrats take the lead on 27 minutes. Nothing from AFC, just a few chances created for the Bushrats. Nothing we can do over there, but Pellizzoli doing okay. And Bushrats look like that. Rustico 5, Ambrosini and Crespo doing well. And it's an as-is from Tato, so we'll run it on. And it's a penalty. Liam Pure from the spot makes it 2-0 for the Bushrats. Anything you want to do from here on in, Tato? 78% Vieri. Zizi Roberts an option on the bench. How come this has happened? So basically, Hodge, Rox has been sacked in game, but he's been sacked on game day, and you can't add a new manager on a game day. And Duggan ran the save through from the last game week 3 times, processed all the transfers 3 times, and he got sacked on game day all 3 times. And Rox kind of just said it is what it is. So, yeah, that's where we're at. We could have run it 10 times and it could have happened 10 times, and we'd have just been no further forward. So after this game, obviously, a new manager will be added back in for Rocks. Your ratings are there, Tato. What are you asking me for? So yeah, that's where we're at. Rocks will be back in after this game. 25 minutes to go. Bushrat pushing forward as you'd expect. Roll into the book. Vieri on the score sheet makes it 3-0. And 3-0 comfortable run out for the Bushrats. I mean, considering the form, it could have easily turned out something similar. Vieri and Adilson with the assists. Comfortable win for Bushrats. Well played. Next up, it is Hodgie away at Rapa Nui, who are hunting down the top two quickly. 4 wins on the bounce without conceding a goal for Rob and his men. Lineups like this, as is from last time out. And Hodgie has reverted back to the 3DMCs with 1 up front. Rakoba comes in for his first game of the season in behind Tristan. And we will kick off Rapa Nui at Townsville. 30 minutes in, and we've got an injury to Andrea Perla. Not sure if Rob's about, but we will wait a minute and find out. He was earlier on, so hopefully he's still here. We can send on, I imagine, Elber. It is. Rob is here, and Elber is the choice. And we play through to half time. Nesta into the book. And we get to half time, and again, didn't feel like there was a great deal of chances. Nothing from Rapa Nui at all. 3 attempts from Townsville, just the 1 on target. We'll start with Rapa Nui. 6s and 7s throughout. 6, 7. Hoffland on an 8. Couple of bookings for Rabasandra Tana and Matarazzi. Over at Townsville, similar tale. Yellow card for Nesta. Guerrero in the hole. And Elbert in a 2 makes absolute sense from Rob. Rob, do you want an arrow on Guerrero? Do you want the arrow on Boya? Let me know what you want to do there, mate, please. No, arrow. What about Boya? Arrow on Boya? Leave it, I'll take it off. Boya as is, magic. And Hodgie is going to run as is, so we'll play it through to 60. And we fly through to 60. Still nothing from Rapa Nui. No real change in terms of ratings or performance for either side. So 30 minutes to run. See if either manager want to make any changes. Rob's going to roll it. Let's see if Hodgie wants to do anything. Striker swap potentially. Morientes for Tristan been in and out between them this season. A goal coming for Rapper here, Potato reckons. roll it from Hodgett, so we will run it through. No changes for either manager. And again, feels like one single goal could win this game either way. And it is Julian Guerrero in the hole, open the scoring with potentially Rapper's first shot of the game on 69 minutes into the last 10 minutes. Townsville probably had the better of the first hour, but just couldn't really create anything to get that goal. And Rapa Nui have indeed pounced on that opportunity. 5 attempts apiece in the end. Rapa Nui make it 5 wins from 5 without conceding a goal. This Kevin Hoffland is quality, says Tato, and he picks up man of the match with a solid defensive performance. Assist goes to Boya in midfield for Rob. A few decent performances across Townsville, Nesta, Kaladze and Tristan doing okay, but again, just couldn't really create anything. Just 2 shots on target. And Rob marches on. Next up, we have Blitz versus Unicorns. Haven't seen Smuts, don't think Horse is about in his absence either. Dimble lines up like this. Kaluzny and Okaronko are in for debuts. Harry Kuehl comes in on the bench as well for the Blitz. What the fuck? Oh. Threw me that. Absolutely. Humpy Bong Unicorns line up like this. Gerard into DMC for his debut. I think that was the only change, or quite a slight change in shape, but only change in terms of personnel. Gerard is not going to take 13, he can take 21. And we've got Blitz versus Unicorns. Potentially the last game of the evening. Unsure. Injury for Balmer. Don't think Smuts is about, but I'll give him a chance. If not, it'll be Swishakovsky will come on out there on the left. I'm pretty sure Smuts would have made himself known would he be here. So I'm going to go with Swishakovsky left wing back. And if he does turn up, we can amend it. We will run it on. Relatively even chance for Mpenza, but Blitz down the other end on the counter-attack. Anelka looking to get involved. Probably the informed player in the league. He's got about 13 or 14 goal contributions at a goal a game so far this season. Chance there for him just before half-time, but wide it goes. Just the one attempt from Blitz, 4 from Unicorns. Scally doing well in midfield for the Unicorns. Over at Blitz, Kaluzny on debut, doing well. 6s and 7s across the board for everybody else. Wouldn't expect anything from Dimble just yet. Maybe Harry Kuehl. Maybe we'll wait till 60. And it is going to be Kuehl on for his debut. Rui Costa being withdrawn. So we'll run it to 60. Smuts not about still. And it is Anelka, but he's been flagged offside. The man of the moment for Blitz. Gets a goal ruled out. Definitely had more goals disallowed this season than I've ever seen before. Seems we're getting 2, 3, 4 a game week. at 60 minutes. 2 attempts now for Blitz. Nothing much from Unicorns since the break. Hoopia on an 8. Scally on an 8. Doing well. And Dimble is going to roll it through. So we will do that now. And we're through to 85 minutes. Not a great deal going on into stoppage time. Is there a late winner? Is there any late drama? No, there isn't. Blitz 0, Unicorns 0. Not a classic. A few chances. Blitz probably had the better of the second half. Kaluzny did well. Okaronko did well. Nicky Butt did well. Cure from the bench as well looked promising. Dyer picks up man of the match. In the only player really to excel from the Unicorns. A point apiece. And that is the end of game week 14 and the final game week before Christmas. Classifieds: Aborigines 2, Vanuatu 0, Blitz 0, Unicorns 0, Bushrats 3, AFC Managerless 0, Hobart 0, Warriors 1, Rapanui 1, Townsville 0, Tutua 2, Vikings 1, and Wanganui and Dragons 0. How does that impact the table? It leaves Warriors on top, 2 points ahead of Wanganui and Rapanui in hot pursuit. Bushrats up to 4th now. I think they've got 3 wins on the trot. Tutavua on 21 and Blitz on 20. And then we've got Dragons and Vanuatu pushing hard behind, same goal difference as well. Unicorns, Vikings and Hobart back on 15 and 5 points outside the playoffs. Townsville dropped down to 12 on 12 points. AFC 11 and Aborigines on 10. Quick look at the stats. 5 wins on the bounce for Rapanui, not considered a goal in that time. Bushrats are second in the form table, 3 wins and 2 draws. Blitz, Dragons, Tutavua and Warriors make up the top 6. Player stats: Said tops the ratings, followed by Zauri and Dyer, both at Unicorns, Vieira and Hoffland, the other players rating 8 or above. Goals: Anelka out on 9, Maxim, Zidane, Clivert, Van Nistelrooy and Adilson all on 7. Assists: Aymar up to 7, Kutsov 6 and a few players back on 4. That's about it. All the usual suspects in the tackling department: Dai, Samuel, Butt, Gomez. So that is it. I'll save it now. Progressive save. If I've got time, I'll do transfers. Well, I'll do the transfers. Progressive save. If I've got time, I'll get a pack out tonight. We'll be back on the 27th, day after Boxing Day, with Duggan. Thank you very much for helping out. Duggan, thanks for all your quick submissions over the last few games. Few game days. 3 games in 3 days. That's all from me. I hope you all have a great Christmas and New Year. Speak to you all soon. Cheers, lads. Night night.